Cafe, I'm bringing you another design team project. This one is for a Gothic Girls Spooky Happy Halloween journal, and I used the digital kit from Jovi, Creating with Jovi. I will link her information down below in the description of this video. Do check it out if you like this kit, or if you are interested in any other digital kits that you can purchase from her Etsy shop and then print them off and use them for all of your paper crafting fun projects. I will also link below in the description of this video other projects that I have created with other digital kits from Creating with Jovi. So the structure of the journal is held together by 2 rings, and the page sizes are, let's just check them together. I just checked them, but I don't want to draw a blank. So we're going 6 wide, 6 inches wide by about 8.5 tall, long. And then the inside is just a bit tad smaller than that, the inner layer. So that would be Jovi's digital kit. I printed her digital kit on 8.5 by 11 Astro white. And let me grab that pack here, or the label of the paper, so y'all can see. I believe I purchased this at Walmart. Astro Designs cardstock, and it is 74 pound. And it is perfect, and it works great in the printer. It has a smooth matte finish. And like I said, this is what I used to print the digital kit. Alrighty, since we got all of those details out of the way, let's jump into the flip through, shall we? So 2 metal rings, and I just measured and hole punched those. I did not put eyelets through the page just because it would make it tighter, and I already went with a medium-sized ring, so this would be a medium-sized ring. I started out with small, but then I ended up taking those out because, as you can see, it got a little chunky, and that's what I originally had planned, was making an album, but then it got chunky, so now it's a journal. So that's how I fixed that. So again, I just did ribbons here, cut the pieces, and I used my We Are Memory Keepers ribbon cutter, and then it also seals the ends of the ribbon, which I absolutely love it. Look at it. So that way they don't fray or come apart. I love it. I finally used it. I am so excited about that. I purchased it on Amazon. I will link that tool in the description below as well if you're interested. Alrighty, so like I said, the base pages are a solid colored cardstock in black, and then I use the digital kits. So I cut them in half, the 8.5 by 11 papers and designs, and then I just layered. So we're going to flip through and you will see here how that turned out. So on the cover, I kind of kept it simple. I love this haunted mansion with the glow lights of the orange and the pumpkins. It's a beautiful design that Jovi did here. There's bats in the sky, as you can see. I'll just get up a little bit closer and personal. I used that Korean floral paper that's like a mesh that I purchased off of Temu, and I love it, and I just made it look like a bow, but at the same time it's like a bat bow is what I kind of was going with. And then I put this Happy Halloween. It's like a chipboard, but it's like more of a wooden piece. It's like a combo, I guess. It's a little bit thicker. I guess you'd say it's a wooden piece. And I purchased this at a scrapbook garage sale. Mom and I already had it in our stash. I put the black and white twine on the edges, and then it was already self-adhesive, but it was popping off. So you will have seen a blooper of that. I will include that in the video. But so we just got real with it and put score tape on there to hold it on because I didn't have time to let it glue and dry. All right, so that's the front. Like I said, I kept it more simple. And then we open it up, and this is the first 2-page spread. I used a lot of Prima flowers, layered them too as well, pop-up dotted them, glued them. This paper here is this actually was cut with a piece of scrap from our stash that was cut with a die for a rosette, but I did not turn it into a rosette. I just love the scalloped detailed edge, and then put little half back pearls here in gold in the center of the gold flowers and the gold foil of the paper. And this paper just went well with the digital kit of Jovi's to create a pocket here. So this back page is from Creating with Jovi's digital kit Gothic Girls, and so is this ephemera piece. And I just cut it and then added the rose for a 3D embellished look. And I love these Prima roses. They're black and the dark gray and blue. And they just go really well with her digital kit and the design of it. This beautiful goth girl, I enhanced her with some flat back pearls and rhinestones, the jewelry that's down her forehead, on her choker necklace, and down her corset, and made them like buttons, like jewelry. And then in the center of each rose, there is a rhinestone just to give it a little more bling. We're going to flip to the next spread. Here's the next 2 pages. I absolutely adore this black cat. It reminds me of my mom's cat, Midnight. And then you will see words throughout this journal. And they are cut out from one 12 by 12 sheet that I had in my stash. So I don't even know. We've had it forever, but it had words on it in silver. And instead of like I normally will cut out shadow words with either dies or on my Cricut Joy, from Cricut Design Space, or just creating my own words. But in this case, I was like, I have this 12 by 12 sheet. Let's just put it to good use. Fussy cut it and then pop-up dotted it with some black foamy squares from Anna Griffin. And then again, rhinestones here, rhinestone on the forehead. Isn't that so cute? And then down the necklace. And then, of course, another Prima flower. And this one says scary cats and creepy. And then here we have a beautiful page, and I decided to do a little fold out. And these ephemera pieces here are from Creating with Jovi's digital kit, Gothic Girls. I added some bows that were already pre-made, and those bows came from a haul that I purchased from Pop Shelf. So they're already made, loving the black and white stripe, and then the white with the black polka dots. It just goes well with her digital kit, Gothic Girls. Then we have a paper doily here. I just cut it, well, not cut it in half, but folded it in half. So we'll get to that side. This Fussy Cut Bat and Stay Spooky are from her digital kit, as well as these orange pieces. And these here I punched out. And then these are ephemera from her digital kit, but I used a decorative scissor that looks like a postage stamp. Here is a punch, and this punch is a button punch that I actually just picked up at a thrifty craft scrapbook garage sale. So here a rhinestone, the headpiece here, and with the red stones to make it pop. Of course, some more stones here on her beautiful costume. And I love this spooky. I cut it out. I thought it just placed really well with her. And then again, in the roses, just little orange stones to give it a little bling. But I really wanted her digital kit to speak for itself, and I think it does in the way that I embellished this journal. Flip it out to this side. This is her digital kit as well. It's a very beautiful layered blue, gray, and white floral background. And then again, like I said, I just folded the white doily over and then glued it, and then punched out with a Stampin' Up! Punch this white kitty, and it is on an embossed floral paper. Let's go on to the next 2 pages. I absolutely adore this Gothic girl. So I love that it's black and white, but then it also has in the corners, we have colors. So I was able to pull those colors and make them pop by adding paper flowers. These are Prima, and then some could be from Hobby Lobby, like the tiny little ones are Hobby Lobbies, but the rest should be Prima, as well as the leaf here. The Trick or Treat, again, was cut from that one 12 by 12 sheet that had words all over it that were in the theme of Halloween. Rhinestoned with the flowers here in the centers to make it pop, and then pearls in the center of the roses on her hat. So I just love the clusters of the flowers. I think that it really made it pop. And then on this side, this background is also from her digital kit, as well as this little ephemera piece with the butterfly. I put a little clamp here, and then put a sheer like bluish gray ribbon or what have you there. And then we'll just get up close and personal with this one. Put some little gray flat back enamel dots here in the corner. Did this pearl dropped little trim. I love it. I think it really pops and adds a dimension as well to and texture to this project. And then rhinestone the butterfly with purple rhinestones. And then on the back is just plain black, but you could put notes here, a photo, whatever you would like. And then here, just to make it pop and have dimension and texture as well, added little rhinestones in the 2 different colors in the center of this beautiful background that was also a part of Jovi's digital kit, Gothic Girls. Again, with a little pop-up here, punch of a button. And I believe that it was a Martha Stewart punch. Then we're going to flip to the next 2 pages, and this spread I just love because I wanted to get a little more creative with it and add some flip outs. And then of course, as you can see, it has the pom-pom white trim here. And then we're going to open these 3 pages. So this is just black colored cardstock, and we open them up like this. There's a doily, so it's left open for journal or photos. And then here we have haunted house. So I'll get up a little closer here so y'all can see. And then here I made a little shaker pouch by just using a little clear plastic bag and then creating a little shaker mix with some different, oh, I bumped the camera, sorry y'all. Here I just created a little shaker mix with some different clay chips from Prima that have like the jack-o'-lantern, the candy corn, and the other little, I believe this is little birdie for the little like micro beads that are in black. And then I punched out on the corner with the same punch that you will have seen me use from Stamp It Up for the cat throughout this journal. So we're going to flip open the pages. Like I said, I've left them blank for the most part. Here we have a little ephemera piece that was cut out of acetate, a decorative acetate sheet you will see in this journal further on, but just did a little cat on there in the corner. And then here a butterfly ephemera again, and then just layered it with some Happy Halloween ribbon here, and then some of that brown like twine. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, with the pearl in the center. And then again, the same details with the stones in the centers of this paper background. Here we have a beautiful black crow, and then just highlighted with red little stones. And then here we have some paper flowers, beautifully handmade from Prima. They just go so well with this digital kit. I just went to town using those. And as y'all know, I have plenty of those in my stash. Here we have a beautiful haunted house, and then we have these lovely flowers, and I love it because, like I said, creating with Jovi, the digital kit Gothic Girls, Jovi really got creative with this digital kit, and I love how she did the borders of these images, these background pages or what have you of her digital kit, so that way there's pops of color too with the black and white or gray and black. And then this says Fright Night. And then we have we have layered pages here with the flip out as well that I did just to add some, like, you know, besides it just being flat, I wanted to add some extra pages as well and then give it some dimension. So black cardstock here with some layered Prima flowers. And then these I just had in my stash, orange enamel dots. And then I made these pages kind of like where they're one's smaller and it gets larger. It's like a tiered type of a page. Here's a acetate with a gold strip down the middle, like a decorative gold floral and leaves. Here we have some felt, decorative felt. And I just layered and cut that and glued it and put it on colored cardstock that was solid with the orange. And then here, this little spooky ephemera came from Jovi's creating with Jovi's digital kit. And then these little purple flowers, and then just did colored cardstock here. And then on this side, went with a textured, has like a velvet feeling paper. And then inside, just made those have little kitties in there again that can be used for, you know, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can embellish it, but just thought it would be cute to poke those little guys there with that same decorative embossed paper. And then here, a beautiful Gothic girl with her pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. And then it says pumpkins from that same paper. Fussy cut that out. Rhinestone, again, the same things. And then clusters of flowers. And then here, centers with the flowers have the flat back pearls. And then kind of just went with all the colors that have the flowers and of the digital kit to just make it pop. But I love all these textures and the clusters of flowers. I just think it really makes it have so much texture, and it just feels fun and spooky and like a Gothic girl. I mean, it's beautiful. And then we have this beautiful Gothic girl. Look at this. I love the details that I was able to put on the necklace because she has that beautiful style of necklace, that Gothic. And then again, rhinestones in the center of the flowers. This beautiful trim here with the gray. I love the ruffles of it. It makes me feel like it kind of pulls you in, draws you in, right? Because of her beautiful outfit with the beautiful sleeves there, puffy sleeves, and then boo. with the words. Again, that came from the 112 by 12 sheet that I had in my stash. I made one smaller little pocket here, like a double-sided pocket page, because these pockets came with the digital kit. So they have like that slanted look, and then I just put them like that, like so, and then put some ephemera pieces. This is a beautiful haunted house. Love the bats and the jack-o'-lanterns and the lit up night with the big moon, the full moon in the background. A little black enamel dot. Again, Prima flowers, and then I used a little strip of that felt background that was left over and put it here and then also here. So I like want to use up all the things, you know what I mean? And then this ephemera with the butterfly is from hers as well. I love this design. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I may even put some little pearl dots here or a little flat back pearls there on the eyes because I think it would just make it pop. And then this little cut apart, a little punch, careful how you sit, sir, was just from some paper that I already had in my stash, like a scrap. Here, a beautiful acetate, decorative acetate piece that I turned into a page just to kind of give it a layer. And it's making an appearance again. You saw it already. And then here, a beautiful Gothic girl, and she's in front of a beautiful haunted mansion with these beautiful a beautiful background. I love the light in the background. And then it has the white pumpkin. And then I just cut out and pop-up dotted candy. Again, that candy came from that 112 by 12 page. That was words with the silver foil. So I just love that. And again, her choker, just decked that out with little rhinestones. And it just really makes it pop. Here, again, another pop shelf bow. Loving that. I believe it's from Pink Paisley, the brand that they sell over at Pop Shelf. This little trick or treat ephemera I already had. I just stoned it with different orange and yellow stones. We got some black and white ribbon here with the spool I used of that type of, it's like this is a ribbon, but it reminds you of that pipe strip stuff. Windpipe, what do you call that? I forgot now. Help me out. Help a girl out in the comments below. I'm losing my train of thought here, y'all. Beautiful acetate here with the gold. Look at that, the dots. And I just love how it overlays over her. And then if it's on this side, it overlays over this Gothic girl. So it just makes it have some fun texture to it. I cut out this punched bow from a Stamp It Up punch and then put a this is a button that I cut off the shank in the back. I will leave that tutorial in my description of this video. So if you are interested in how to make these decorative buttons a flat back, that's what I did there. And then pop-up dotted it with a little foamy. Again, pearls, flat back pearls in the centers of the flowers just to give it some texture and dimension. And then again, a stone here in the rhinestone of her necklace. Loving this. Look at her gloves. I made this into a pocket here with the vellum, a clear pocket, and then again, the word spooky. Here you can see that I also used the orange spool that I purchased recently at Michael's this season, and then we have some black pom-pom trim. This 2-page spread, I love the grays and the blues, and these pockets came from Jovi's digital kit. And then I did the black kitty here, and then we have another bow from Pop Shelf. I love the black with the white hearts. This cute and creepy, I fussy cut, that was also a part of Jovi's digital kit. And then this little cat here in the white, he's from the digital kit as well. And I like these pockets. I just cut those myself, fussy cut those. And then here we have a little note card, and then I punched out the kitty. So we have like twins here. They're looking at each other in a vellum that was clear with black. And then this little drop down is a little card. I keep tags from different clothes and things like that. So that's what this is. And if you open it up, it's just white on the inside. I put a little skeleton, skull, little bead on a little light bulb gourd pen. Again, the black and white striped string. And then this is a little gift tag, like I said. And then this is a part of Jovi's ephemera that came with this digital kit. This beautiful Gothic girl, loved the white hair with the beautiful black roses and the headpiece. Had to put pearls on the center of those roses. And then, of course, again, stoning the necklace. And then put the word witches, that fussy cut. That was fussy cut from that 112 by 12 sheet. And then this little button was where I cut off the back shank. And it's a beautiful orange and black butterfly. Here, the beautiful black trim, again with the orange, making it pop very carefully. And then this is the last 2 pages, the last spread in this journal, and it's purple. So I decided to put these together. However, like you can go which way, whatever you want. Because I cut the 1 page in half, I was able to pair up differently than what it's printed as 1 sheet. So you could just print 1 sheet and then fold it, but like I said, because I cut it and I placed it on a background black solid cardstock, I was able to like kind of put the different pages and the girls in the way that I wanted to, the backgrounds together in this journal. So the last spread is purple and black. I absolutely adore it. I love this haunted mansion here. So it says happy haunting. And again here, scary costume. And these words again were from a big, just one 12 by 12 sheet that had words all over it that I was able to fussy cut and use as embellishments here in this journal. I did stickles in purple, as you can see, and then black little stones, purple, pearl trim here and here in a different color purple. Prima flowers, absolutely stunning. And then I don't know if you can see it, but I did like a stickles, but I like just rubbed my finger over it, so it'd be like a glitter glue in that sense, not really like where it's popping up here, like I did that. And then black all over her, the front of her lace of her costume here. And then here, stones in the center of the flowers. And then we have purple buttons. I have so many buttons in my stash. I need to use more of those. And then I just left this background plain because it's the back of the album, and that way it lays flat. That's it for this awesome 2-ringed journal. I tried to keep it somewhat simple because I want to inspire you that you don't have to have a whole bunch in your craft room. You can do digital kits. And the great thing about the digital kits is that once you buy it, you download it, you print it, you can print it over and over again for future uses. So I could make Halloween Gothic Girl cards if I wanted to. I can do all kinds of things. So digital kits are really a fun way because you can use those kits over and over and you really get your money's worth. I hope that you enjoyed this project, and I hope it inspired you to get creepy in the craft room. And leave it in the comments below. Let me know which page you liked best in this awesome Gothic Girls Happy Halloween journal. And if you would use this kit, how would you use it? Would you use it by making a journal? What comes to mind? Would you make cards? I think I want to do cards next for my digital kit. I'm not really sure, but we'll see what happens next month. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye! So I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I have to add a little score tape to the back of this already adhesive, like this little wood piece that says Happy Halloween that I embellished on the front of the journal. So it already had adhesive, but apparently I already know better, which I should, that it's just not sticking and it's not staying. And I'm about to film this video, and then the front embellishment wants to pop off. So like I said, keeping it real with y'all. That's what we do here at Today with Erica Faye. Yes, I have to laugh at myself because what fun is that if you can't laugh at your own self? So anyways, good old score tape here. I love me some score tape for situations like this. But yeah, we're just gonna peel this off. Hopefully it stays good enough for the video because I don't have time to grab glue and wait for it to, dry. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do the score tape thing real quick. Let me know in the comments below, y'all. What do you do when you get items that are already, like they are self-adhesive? They already have adhesive, Do you add glue too? My mom always does. She always still uses glue. I always, pop it on there and hope for the best. But in this situation, in this case, it did not work out for me, y'all. It did not work out. So we are going to do this real quick and hope and pray that it will stay good enough and long enough just for me to create this video of a little project share and flip through of all the details of this journal. Alrighty, let's try this one more time. Alright. Okay, yep, I think that did the trick, y'all. I think it did. Okay, cool. And if you've been in my house lately, then you would know the pain that I'm going through trying to film this video and this project share for how many days now? Just too much going on, too many people, too many animals, just driving me batty. Alrighty, let's jump into this.